Sage Steele has launched a podcast recently. She's amazing. Love her. And she had on both RFKJ and his running mate, Nicole Shanahan, and got into the issue of abortion. And something very interesting happened. First, RFKJ obviously endorsed abortion on demand through all 9 months. And then wait until you hear what his running mate said right after. Watch this.
You know, I think with abortion, every abortion is a tragedy. But I think ultimately, I don't trust government to have jurisdiction over people's bodies. Mm-hmm. I think we need to leave it to the woman. Something like close to 60% of abortions are among women who make the decision for economic reasons. And I think we need to do everything we can to make sure that women who want to bring their babies to term and are scared of not being able to afford them, that is never a consideration.
Should there be a limit? Or you're saying all the way up through full term, a woman has a right to have an abortion?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any woman ever in history has said, I'm going to have a baby, I'm going to get pregnant and carry that baby to 8 months of term, and then I'm going to terminate the pregnancy. But again, I come down to the fact that I don't trust the state, and I think we need to trust the woman.
Even if it's full term?
Even if it's full term.
I'm not voting for anybody who says go for it up till birth.
No,
I won't
do
that.
No. And that is not Bobby's position as I understand it. My understanding with Bobby's position is that, you know, every abortion is a tragedy.
Yes,
is a loss of life. My understanding is that he absolutely believes in limits on abortion, and we've talked about this.
Well,
where that came from,
he just very clearly said, because I pushed, and I'm like, wait, up till, he said, it should always be a woman's choice, always, even up until that moment. And that is where anyone who says that, well, you're going to lose a lot of people, because that full term option is something that that is just scary.
Well, that is not my understanding of his position, and I think maybe there was a miscommunication there.
Unbelievable, right? There was no miscommunication. Sage Steele understood him perfectly. He was very clear on the record about it, and his vice presidential candidate had no clue what his position was on the merits.
Kudos to her for not letting it go and just moving on.
God bless Sage.
She just held her to account. Wow.
Yeah, she's good. She's really good. But I mean, look, it's almost like they don't know what they're doing.
Well, you know what, Holmes, he's already come out to try to clarify it. He's about his assumption that women would never do this. He said, I learned my assumption was wrong. Sometimes women abort healthy, viable late-term fetuses. These cases of purely elective late-term abortion are very upsetting. Once the baby's viable outside the womb, it should have rights and deserves society's protection. That's the statement in part. So he's now he's reversed himself, but he did not in that interview.
Nothing like being on three sides of a two-sided issue like abortion, right? I mean, there are very few things that present themselves that are just like a morality, clarity. You're on one side, you're on the other. You think that there's some way in the middle, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, no, I'm for it. No, now I'm against it. You know,
Wait,
he really brought it back.
How could he not know?
I was against it.
How could he not know that some women did this? You know, it's like we've had massive news stories about these abortion doctors who actually do these late-term abortions. I don't know. This is a question I'd like to ask him. How could you not know?
Well, he did have that worm in his brain.
That's true.
There is
a part of his brain, he maybe forgot.
A voracious eater, and it did take out quite a portion, from my understanding.
He said this. Wait, we have this.
It ate that file from his mind directly. Went to the abortion file.
He actually says, I'm sure people have heard this, it broke last week. He went to the abortion file.
Just ate it.
He says he got a brain worm. It was testimony he gave during his divorce proceeding, saying he's not sure where he contracted it, but it led to memory loss and mental fogginess. And he said it was caused by a worm that got into my brain and ate a portion of it and then died. Quote, I have cognitive problems. Clearly, he said he didn't know the type of parasite, but suspected he might have contracted it during a trip through South Asia. Me too.
Doctors have said that people's their opinion on abortions, in the right frontal lobe, where the worm
this one might have gone
was
there.
found.
You know what? Infectious disease experts told the New York Times they believe if it was a worm, it was likely a pork tapeworm larva. Ew.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Roughly
God.
2,000 hospitalizations have happened for this condition known as neurocysticercosis. I don't know what that is, but I'm very scared. And Kennedy's response to this news hitting was, I offer to eat 5 more brainworms and still beat President Trump and President Biden in a debate. I feel confident in the result, even with a 6-worm handicap.
That is very funny. That's very funny.
What's happening to our election?
It is ironic RFK, being the one liberal willing to take ivermectin, actually needed it for the worms.
For the worms.
Not the COVID.
It's amazing.
Let me tell you a story about a guy named Leo Grillo. Leo was on a road trip and came across a Doberman. This dog was severely underweight and clearly in trouble. Leo rescued the dog and named him Delta. Sadly, Delta was just one of many animals that needed help, and this inspired Leo to start Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. They've rescued thousands of dogs, cats, and horses from the wilderness, and they provide their animals with shelter, love, safety, a home. April marks 45 years since Leo rescued Delta. Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions to stay open. If you would like caring for these animals to be part of your legacy, speak with your estate planner because there are tax benefits too. You can grow your estate while letting your love for animals live well into the future. Check out the estate planning tab on their website to learn more and speak with your advisor. We call a dog man's best friend for a reason. You can help those who need it most. Visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.